Here's the new beginnings. Here's the new beginnings. The pull up so independent. We pull up so independent.
Hey, what's up, fam? It's your favorite couplepreneurs with the Sloan Blueprint podcast. I am your co-host, Nicole Sloan.
And I'm Eric Sloan.
And we are so delighted that you have decided to join us again. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we hope you had a safe and merry holiday with your family and friends. And keep in mind, I said safe. COVID-19 is still out here and it's strong, right, Eric?
Strong.
It is going strong. And they got all these different variants.
So they started off with just regular COVID-19. Then they got the Delta. Now they got the Omicron.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah, and it makes me think of the Transformers, Megatron. So, that was the big one. So I guess the Omicron is the big one right now that has everybody sick.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people sick.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say everybody.
Transforming some folks, and transforming this world. So y'all be safe. Be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Sanitize.
There you go.
We know that even though they call it the Omicron, whoever it is, we know that God is omnipotent. He's omnipresent. So he is still in control, but he also wants us to use wisdom and be safe, right?
Absolutely.
So we're
make sure you use that Lysol.
Yeah, use that Lysol. But we're embarking upon the end of season 1. Can you believe that?
Oh, man. It's definitely been fun for season 1. It has us stepping outside of our comfort zone tremendously.
Right.
But we certainly want to thank you guys for following us for season 1. We ask you to continue to follow us. Follow us on all social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. We're a part of all of them. So please just go out and subscribe. If you do a search for Sloan Blueprint, you should be able to find us on all social media platforms. So right now what we will do is go over a little bit of season 1, talking about work-life balance, which is very important in any relationship, but work-life balance, and here are just a few from season 1.
Yeah, here we go.
With the music and with my record label and producing the albums together, it's a lot of hats that we wear. I think that was the side, because it's a lot of hats that we wear, and in some of those areas I am the boss, and of course in other areas I am not. So that can blend together in a funny way sometimes, and if things aren't going the way I want them to go, I have to remind them that, listen, I need this to go the way, I really, really need it to go. We write songs together, we kind of bump heads. Y'all, I feel a story over here, right? Anecdote. But when we're writing songs together, we're both passionate about writing, so 9 times out of 10, we're kind of on the same page creatively with the vibe that we're feeling or the lyrics that we're feeling. But every now and then I'm feeling maybe this direction and he's kind of vibing on another direction, and we're both headstrong. And I'm like, well, listen, I'm the one that got to sing this. So I think we're going to swing this way. And he's like, nah, I think it should be this way. So it can clash sometimes. For the most part, it works together. But I even learned to appreciate the times that we butt heads a little bit, because that means we really mull over it and decide the best route for it creatively.
We call it laboring over the lyrics. But I had to learn, or I have learned, in our years together, or in our years of working together, because we were 4 albums in and 1 EP.
Yeah. Wow.
And what I have learned to do is, while we're in the process of making a project, we're a team. We're both producers, we're both songwriters, we're both musicians and artists, and we're both the heavy on that area. What I've learned to do is, once the music is turned in, then my role immediately morphs into support role as far as husband, because I'm not the producer anymore. The album is done being produced. And so when she says I'm the one that have to go out and sing it, that's when my role turns more into a supportive role, because she is the artist and I'm not an artist, and I'm not gonna get on stage and sing at all. So because she has to do that, I found myself being in the role of being a husband more than a producer, and so I had to learn how to switch the hat off from being a producer and a songwriter to being just a husband and supportive of my wife as an artist, and not try to still be litigating over production notes and lyrics and things that most people have. And I don't find it. I honestly, personally, I know that she may have a different look, but I honestly don't have a problem with the times that we butt heads too, either, because the results have been the results have, to me, have been worth it. And so that's how I kind of look at it. And it's not easy to if it was easy to do, then you wouldn't have the success that you have. So I'm good with it.
I think I'd be beside myself if I didn't say this, and I think we all can agree that it's not easy.
No,
it's not easy. It's difficult. It's there's a lot of compromise and disagreements and not talking, and it's not for
the faint of heart.
No, and even as a couple, like, he didn't see the vision, but I did, and I think that's something that we need to talk about too, because I know a lot of times in couples you expect the other person to be gung ho from jump, right?
Yep.
And that was not the case, but I'm just like, I see it. You might not see it right now, but I see it. And here we go. Strap on.
And a lot of times, she wants me to respond, jumping up and down. At least, but that, that's not. I'm not that rah-rah. Like I'm supportive. Like okay, let's get we ain't got time to be hooting and hollering. Let's go get it.
Y'all must be related.
Hey, but, well, I was about to raise you an offer.
I'm gonna triple it.
You better.
Because y'all gotta be related. That's his all day long. You expect me to just be? I gotta think it through, and you know us. We just like, okay, let's go. Let's do it.
Because you learn, because everything. You start looking at opportunities as, how can I learn from this? Not I'm failing, but what can I take from this and take it into that next? Because God is not. He's not going to allow you to be in any area without being by you, regardless of what it is. You got to fail. You got to fail miserably. Because then, because you'll take that into the next, whatever that next step is. So
that's true. That's true. That's true.
So I got to raise you an offering too.
Destiny just say, she's repeating what we've always said: faith without works is
dead.
And when God is giving you something to do, you just got to go for it.
I mean, even in business, you're working so hard, and you have so many things going on, and then you don't want what's happening in business to cross over to your marriage or to your relationship, and vice versa. What's happening if something is going on in your marriage that may not be as pleasant, you don't want that to transition over to the business side. So sometimes it is good to have that separation, just so you can sit down and think and just have quiet time, sometimes me time. But don't get so focused on the me time that you still forget about
the next point.
Yeah, your significant other.
Us time. So he talked about me time. We have to make time for us. And that's what you need to do. If you're married and you're in business, don't forget how important that us time is. You know, spending time together, quality time. Because as we said, I think we mentioned a little bit in the beginning, you become so consumed with work that you sometimes forget. And it's not something that you even should have to put on a schedule.
I have to raise my hand on that one, because
go ahead.
Guilty as spoken, I guess.
We're both guilty. I'm guilty as well. But we just have to be intentional about it.
Yeah, true.
It's something that you have to be intentional about. You cannot, you can't put it off. Your marriage will only grow just the same as your business. If you don't put time into it, it doesn't grow. But that's just with anything.
Well, and I think I like the analogy that you give sometimes. Like with our company or with One Sync, she always gives the notion to say, well, if you don't work in One Sync, or if you just stop right now and don't do anything, will it grow? Well, I said in the beginning stages, absolutely not. Now, I think we have a team that can operate and do things without us, which is a good thing. So now we're able to spend more time, and then you're not having so many things going through your mind as far as operating in the business, where you're doing everything, where you're doing accounting, where you're doing the IT, where you're the business development person, you're HR, you're customer service, you're everything.
But now we have the luxury we've got a team now. So,
Correct.
That's good. And, it made me think about when you said this too, because in order to get that us time, it's kind of like this. When you plant a flower. Well, if you don't water and tend to that flower, will it grow? No, it dies. So that's the same way with marriage, and especially marriage that involves business as well. Husbands and wives working together. You gotta take that time for each other.
I agree.
Right. What has been probably the greatest lesson that you've learned throughout the process of building the business with family, as mom and daughter?
Well, with family or whoever, I'm just gonna piggyback on what Eric said. Let people cover their strength.
Their strength.
Like, for example, I would buy furniture and different things for the studio, and she'd be like, Mama, take that back. I'm wasting my time. I thought it was so cute, and it would just go right here perfectly.
Monty said, that is not you. You are not the real creative.
Exactly. And so, just letting her, like, she won't even let me post stuff on Instagram or Facebook because it has to look a certain kind of way. She uses certain filters and things, and I'll just post something. It won't be centered or whatever. I'm like, I just want to say this. You are not allowed to post anything on Instagram, Mama. Okay? I said, okay, So I don't fuss and fight about it. I was like, okay, I won't do it again.
I told mine, I said, that's us. I'm the one that does that, so yeah.
So
when's your birthday, Monty? I'm just kidding, I already know. What about you, Monty? Any lesson, or what do you think is one of the biggest lessons that you learned?
That she can't get rid of me, whatever I do.
Oh, you done quit 10 times. She done quit 10 times.
Quit 10 times.
Walk right out the door. I quit.
Okay. Throw the keys back. Here you go. Take it. Do whatever you want to do. I probably have to, Monty.
That's funny.
Oh, goodness.
So before you started your business, I know you had a professional career, then you were saying as far as military, did any of that experience help you in doing what you're doing now? Were you able to incorporate a good bit of that? And if so, can you share some of the experience beforehand and what you brought from either your military or work environment to entrepreneurship?
Well, for me, I did pretty much administrative work, so it really came handy with the business side. I was able to get a lot of stuff done with admin work here, and it was really helpful.
And Monty, to me, you seem like you're really organized. That military too probably had something to do with it. But have you always been kind of, that's no, look, she's like,
I already know what she was doing. I didn't have to see.
Look, I couldn't help it because she made a face.
I guess
don't give her all that credit.
I'm not really organized. I'm more particular about, I guess, aesthetic more than organization.
Okay.
So I like the way make things look pretty, but as far as like being organized, not so much.
Not so much. Okay.
Yeah,
So thank you for joining us for that episode. We hope you learned something about work-life balance, whether it be in your marriage or your business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Any relationship.
And don't forget, tell your friends, your pastor, your mama, your daddy, your cousins to subscribe to the Sloan Blueprint, right?
Absolutely. On all social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You go and search for Sloan Blueprint. We're on all of them. So please go out and subscribe and follow us.
And remember, progress, not perfection. Right, Eric?
That's a wonderful thing.
Progress, not perfection. Y'all be blessed.